Ladies and gentlemen, you wake up every morning and maybe you feel like the weight of the world is pressing down on you. Maybe you've looked in the mirror and wondered, why does life feel so hard? Why me? But I want you to listen closely right now in this moment. You are alive. You have breath in your lungs. That is a gift, not a burden. And let me tell you something, you will never hate your life after you understand what I'm about to share. You see, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every disappointment, it's there to mold you, to shape you, to make you stronger. You may not see it now, but those moments of struggle are building something inside you. They're building grit. They're building courage. They're building the foundation for a story so powerful that when people hear it, they'll be inspired to believe in their own possibilities. But here's the thing, you've got to change your perspective. Stop looking at what you don't have and start seeing what you do. Do you have people who love you? Do you have the ability to try again today? Do you have the strength to stand up after falling? If you've got even one of those, then you've got a reason to keep going. And let's talk about failure, because some of you are afraid of it. Let me tell you, failure is a teacher. It's a lesson wrapped in disguise. You didn't get knocked down to stay down. You got knocked down so you could rise back up and fight harder. Remember, fall 7 times, stand up 8. Don't ever forget that you are the author of your own story. You're not stuck in a chapter you don't like. The pen is in your hands. Write something bold, something extraordinary. Rewrite the script if you have to. Nobody gets to decide your ending but you. And let me ask you this, how much time have you spent thinking about others? Because the secret to a life worth living is not in what you can take, it's in what you can give. When you serve others, when you lift someone else up, when you make a difference in their life, something magical happens. Your problems don't disappear, but their weight feels lighter because you realize your purpose is greater than yourself. Lastly, don't ever underestimate the power within you. You've got untapped potential. You've got dreams waiting to be brought to life. But those dreams don't come alive by sitting still. They come alive when you start believing in yourself and putting in the work every single day. So, the next time you feel like life isn't worth it, I want you to remember this: you've survived every bad day you've ever had. You've conquered every obstacle that tried to stop you. And you're still standing. That's not by accident. That's strength. That's resilience. That's you. Gratitude is a profound force, often underestimated in its ability to transform the way we perceive our lives and navigate through our days. It is not merely about saying thank you. When someone does something nice, it is a way of life, a mindset that has the potential to shift our focus from what we lack to what we already have. This simple yet powerful practice can serve as the foundation for a fulfilling life, no matter the circumstances we face. It teaches us to recognize the extraordinary in the ordinary, to see beauty in the mundane, and to find joy even in the midst of challenges. Imagine waking up each day and taking a moment to notice the gift of being alive. The very act of breathing, something we often take for granted, is a miracle in itself. Our hearts beat tirelessly, keeping us alive without us needing to think about it. The sun rises, spreading light and warmth, nurturing life on earth. These are simple yet profound reminders that life, at its core, is a blessing. When we pause to acknowledge these things, we begin to cultivate a sense of appreciation that can profoundly impact our mental and emotional well-being. Gratitude allows us to step back from the constant hustle for more success, more possessions, more recognition, and realize that what we already have is enough. It shifts our perspective, helping us see abundance where we once saw scarcity. This shift is transformative, enabling us to focus on the positive aspects of our lives rather than dwelling on what we believe is missing. Instead of lamenting over a missed opportunity, gratitude encourages us to celebrate the opportunities we have embraced and the lessons learned from those we've missed. This practice is particularly powerful during difficult times. When life feels overwhelming, gratitude acts as an anchor, grounding us in the present and helping us find stability amid the chaos. Even in the face of adversity, there are things to be grateful for: a kind word from a friend, a moment of laughter, a memory that warms the heart. These moments may seem small, but they are reminders of the resilience and beauty of the human spirit. They show us that even in our darkest hours, there is light to be found if we choose to seek it. Gratitude also enhances our relationships. When we express appreciation for the people around us, it strengthens our bonds and fosters a sense of connection. A simple thank you can make someone feel valued and acknowledged, deepening the trust and affection in our interactions. By focusing on the positive qualities of others, we shift our energy towards building relationships that are rooted in mutual respect and kindness. This, in turn, enriches our lives, creating a network of support and love that sustains us through both joy and hardship. Moreover, gratitude has a profound impact on our mental health. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, improve sleep quality, and boost overall happiness. It rewires the brain to focus on positivity, fostering a sense of contentment and well-being. By actively looking for things to be thankful for, we train our minds to notice the good in our lives, which creates a ripple effect that enhances every aspect of our existence. Gratitude doesn't require grand gestures or extraordinary circumstances. It can be found in the smallest moments: a cup of coffee in the morning, the sound of rain on the window, the smile of a stranger. These moments remind us that life is not just about the big milestones, but about the countless little blessings that fill our days. When we open our hearts to gratitude, we open ourselves to a life of deeper meaning and fulfillment, no matter where we are or what we are facing. Failure is a universal experience, something every individual encounters at some point in their life. It is often seen as a source of shame or a sign of inadequacy, but the truth is far from it. Failure is not the end of the road, rather. It is a powerful teacher, a necessary part of the journey toward growth and success. It is through failure that we learn, adapt, and ultimately build the resilience needed to face life's challenges head-on. Without it, we would never truly understand the depth of our potential or the heights we are capable of reaching. When we fail, it is easy to feel defeated, to believe that the experience is a reflection of our worth. But failure is not an indictment of your value as a person, it is simply feedback. It is life's way of showing you what didn't work, not as a punishment, but as a guide. Each failure carries with it a lesson, an opportunity to refine your approach, to adjust your perspective, and to gain clarity on what truly matters. Instead of fearing failure, we must learn to embrace it as an essential stepping stone on the path to success. Failure forces us out of our comfort zones. It challenges us to confront our weaknesses, to stretch beyond our limits, and to explore new possibilities. When we succeed without effort, we may celebrate the moment, but we don't grow. It is the struggle, the process of trying and failing, that shapes us into stronger, wiser, and more capable individuals. Each failure adds to our experience, equipping us with the tools and insights we need to tackle future obstacles with greater confidence and skill. Moreover, failure cultivates resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. What defines us is not whether we fall, but how we rise after the fall. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties, and it is through failure that we develop this critical trait. Each time we pick ourselves up after a setback, we strengthen our mental and emotional fortitude. We learn that we are not defined by our failures, but by our determination to keep moving forward despite them. Failure also has a way of revealing what truly matters. Sometimes when we fail, it forces us to reevaluate our priorities and question whether we are pursuing goals that align with our values and passions. A failed attempt can serve as a wake-up call, guiding us toward a path that is more authentic and fulfilling. It reminds us that success is not just about achieving external accolades, but about living a life that resonates with our inner purpose. In many ways, failure is a test of character. It challenges us to remain optimistic, to persevere when the odds seem stacked against us, and to find the strength within ourselves to keep going. Those who achieve greatness are not those who have never failed, but those who have failed repeatedly and refuse to give up. They understand that failure is temporary and that the lessons it imparts are invaluable. They use failure as a source of motivation, a reminder that every setback is an opportunity to come back stronger. Failure also fosters creativity and innovation. When one approach doesn't work, it pushes us to think outside the box, to explore alternatives, and to take risks we might not have considered otherwise. Many of the world's greatest inventions and discoveries were born out of failure. The light bulb, the telephone, and even the foundations of modern medicine all came into existence because someone dared to fail, learned from it, and tried again. Ultimately, failure teaches us humility. It reminds us that we are human, that we are imperfect, and that this imperfection is what makes us capable of growth. It encourages us to extend empathy to others who stumble and to recognize that success is not a solo journey, but one that often requires the support and collaboration of others. Failure, when embraced with the right mindset, becomes a catalyst for transformation, showing us that every ending is just the beginning of a new opportunity. Perspective is a powerful tool that shapes how we see and experience the world. It is not merely about what happens to us, but how we interpret and respond to those events. Two people can face the same situation, yet their perspectives can lead to entirely different outcomes. This is the transformative power of perspective. It defines our reality and determines the quality of our lives. When we learn to shift our perspective, we unlock the ability to navigate life's challenges with resilience, optimism, and hope. At its core, perspective is a choice. It is the lens through which we view the world, influenced by our beliefs, experiences, and mindset. While we cannot always control our circumstances, we can control how we perceive and react to them. This is a liberating truth because it means that no matter how difficult or unfair life may seem, we have the power to shape our experience of it. When we choose to see obstacles as opportunities, failures as lessons, and challenges as chances to grow, we take control of our narrative and transform adversity into a source of strength. Perspective is often what separates those who thrive from those who merely survive. Consider the countless stories of individuals who have faced tremendous hardships, loss, poverty, illness, and yet emerged stronger, more compassionate, and more determined than ever. What sets these individuals apart is not the absence of suffering, but their ability to see beyond it. They refuse to let their circumstances define them, and instead focus on what they can learn, how they can grow, and what they can contribute to the world despite their struggles. This shift in perspective is not a denial of pain or difficulty, but a conscious choice to focus on what is possible rather than what is lost. One of the most profound aspects of perspective is its ability to turn the mundane into the extraordinary. Everyday moments, sharing a meal with loved ones, feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, hearing the laughter of a child are often overlooked in the rush of life. Yet these moments are the essence of what makes life beautiful. When we train ourselves to notice and appreciate these small joys, our perspective shifts from one of scarcity to one of abundance. We begin to see that happiness is not found in monumental achievements or material possessions, but in the simple, fleeting moments that fill our days. Perspective also empowers us to break free from the grip of negativity. It is easy to dwell on what is wrong in our lives, to replay past mistakes, or to worry about an uncertain future. But this kind of thinking traps us in a cycle of fear and regret, robbing us of the ability to enjoy the present. By shifting our focus to what is right, what we have achieved, what we are grateful for, and what lies ahead, we can break free from this cycle and embrace a more positive and productive outlook. This does not mean ignoring problems or pretending they do not exist. It means approaching them with a mindset that prioritizes solutions and possibilities. Perspective is also a key to empathy and understanding. When we take the time to see the world through someone else's eyes, we open ourselves to new insights and connections. This ability to step outside our own experience and consider another's point of view fosters compassion, strengthens relationships, and enriches our understanding of the world. It reminds us that our perspective, while valid, is not the only one, and that there is much to learn from the diverse experiences and viewpoints of others. Ultimately, perspective is a practice. It requires mindfulness, self-awareness, and a willingness to challenge our own assumptions. It is about asking ourselves questions like, what can I learn from this? Or how can I grow from this experience, rather than why is this happening to me? It is about recognizing that we are not victims of our circumstances, but active participants in our own lives. Perspective is not a fixed trait, but a skill that can be cultivated, refined, and expanded over time. You are the author of your own story, a truth that holds immense power and potential. Life is not a script written by someone else, nor is it dictated by the circumstances you were born into. You have the ability to shape your narrative, rewrite the chapters you're unhappy with, and create a future that aligns with your dreams and values. This concept, while empowering, requires courage, intention, and action. It challenges you to take responsibility for your choices and to recognize that, no matter where you are in life, the pen is in your hands. Too often, people feel trapped by their past or their present circumstances. They believe their story is set in stone, that they are defined by their mistakes, failures, or the limitations imposed by others. But this is far from the truth. Every day is a blank page, offering you the opportunity to start anew. Your past does not determine your future unless you allow it to. The decisions you make today, the effort you put in, and the perspective you choose to adopt are what will shape the chapters yet to be written. To take ownership of your story, you must first confront the narratives you've been telling yourself. Are you playing the role of the victim, blaming external factors for your unhappiness? Or are you embracing the role of the hero, willing to face challenges head-on and take charge of your destiny? It's easy to fall into the trap of self-doubt, or to believe that life is happening to you rather than for you. But when you shift your mindset and recognize your agency, you begin to see that you have the power to change the plot, redirect the course, and craft a story that reflects your true potential. Being the author of your story doesn't mean that life will always go according to plan. There will be unexpected twists, moments of adversity, and times when you feel lost. But even in those moments, you have the ability to choose how you respond. You can let setbacks define you, or you can use them as fuel to propel yourself forward. Every great story has conflict. It's what makes the journey meaningful. The same is true for your life. The obstacles you face are not roadblocks, they are opportunities for growth, resilience, and transformation. Writing your own story also means staying true to your values and passions. It's easy to get caught up in the expectations of others or to compare your journey to someone else's. But your story is uniquely yours. No one else has lived your experiences, felt your emotions, or dreamed your dreams. Embrace what makes you different and let it guide your path. When you align your actions with your authentic self, you create a narrative that is not only fulfilling but also inspiring to others. Taking control of your story requires action. Dreams and intentions are powerful, but they must be paired with effort and persistence. You can't sit back and hope that your life will change. You must take deliberate steps to make it happen. Whether it's pursuing a goal, learning a new skill, or overcoming a fear, every small action you take adds to the story you're creating. It's not about achieving perfection, but about making progress, one step at a time. It's also important to remember that you don't have to write your story alone. Seek out mentors, allies, and supporters who believe in you and your vision. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Collaboration doesn't diminish your authorship, it enhances it, adding richness and depth to your journey. At its core, being the author of your story is about empowerment. It's about realizing that you are not powerless in the face of life's challenges, and that you have the ability to create a narrative that reflects your aspirations, values, and dreams. It's about turning the page, starting fresh when needed, and never underestimating the power of your own choices to shape the life you desire. Service to others is one of the most profound and transformative ways to bring meaning and fulfillment to your life. It shifts the focus from what can I gain to what can I give, and in doing so, enriches not only the lives of those you help, but also your own. True joy and purpose are found not in material possessions or personal accolades, but in the connections you build and the impact you make on the lives of others. When you choose to serve, you tap into a universal truth. Life is not just about what you achieve for yourself, but about how you contribute to the world around you. Helping others doesn't always require grand gestures or significant resources. Sometimes the smallest acts of kindness have the most profound effects. A smile to a stranger, a listening ear to someone who feels unheard, or a word of encouragement to a friend struggling with self-doubt can change someone's day and sometimes their life. These moments may seem insignificant at the time, but they have a ripple effect, creating waves of positivity that extend far beyond the initial act. When you serve others in even the simplest ways, you send a powerful message: you matter, and you are not alone. Service also has a way of expanding your perspective. It pulls you out of your own bubble and allows you to see the struggles, resilience, and strength of others. It reminds you that everyone is fighting their own battles and that you have the power to be a source of light in someone else's darkness. This shift in focus can be incredibly grounding, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed by your own challenges. It's easy to get caught up in the difficulties of your life, but when you extend a helping hand to someone else, you often find that your burdens feel lighter and your own problems become more manageable. Beyond providing perspective, serving others fosters a sense of connection and belonging. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and our well-being is deeply tied to our relationships with others. When you help someone, you're not just offering them support, you're creating a bond, a shared moment of humanity that enriches both of your lives. These connections remind us that we are part of something larger than ourselves, that we are not alone in our struggles or our triumphs. They build a sense of community, one act of kindness at a time. Service also challenges you to grow as a person. It requires empathy, patience, and humility, all qualities that strengthen your character and deepen your understanding of the world. When you step into someone else's shoes and see the world from their perspective, you develop a greater capacity for compassion and a stronger commitment to making a difference. Service pushes you to confront your own biases, to recognize the privileges you may take for granted, and to use those privileges to uplift others. It is a practice of selflessness that paradoxically brings you closer to your best self. One of the most beautiful aspects of serving others is that it creates a sense of purpose. When you focus solely on yourself, it's easy to feel lost or unfulfilled, no matter how much you achieve or accumulate. But when you dedicate yourself to helping others, you discover a deeper sense of meaning. You realize that your actions, no matter how small, have the power to make a difference. This sense of purpose drives you to keep going, even when the road gets tough, because you know that what you're doing matters. Service also has a way of healing. When you give to others, you often find that you receive just as much in return. The gratitude, joy, and connection that come from acts of service can fill the emotional voids that material possessions and personal accolades never can. It is through helping others that we often find healing for our own wounds, discovering that in lifting others, we also lift ourselves. Ultimately, service to others transforms your outlook on life. It shifts your priorities, deepens your relationships, and gives you a sense of belonging and purpose that is unmatched. It reminds you that true fulfillment doesn't come from taking, but from giving, from pouring into others and knowing that you've made a positive impact. In serving others, you find not only a way to improve the world, but also a way to become the best version of yourself. Resilience is the inner strength that allows you to bounce back from adversity, endure hardships, and keep moving forward, even when the odds seem insurmountable. It is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them head-on, adapting to the circumstances, and refusing to let setbacks define you. Life is unpredictable, and difficulties are inevitable, But resilience transforms these difficulties into opportunities for growth, learning, and transformation. It's a quality that resides within every one of us, waiting to be tapped into when we need it most. When adversity strikes, it can feel overwhelming, like the weight of the world is pressing down on you. But resilience is the force that enables you to stand tall despite the pressure. It reminds you that no storm lasts forever, and that within you lies the capacity to weather it. Resilience is not about denying pain or pretending that struggles don't hurt. It's about acknowledging them, processing them, and deciding to move forward anyway. It's about finding strength in vulnerability and courage in fear. One of the most important aspects of resilience is adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan, and clinging to how things should be can lead to frustration and despair. Resilient individuals understand that change is a natural part of life, and they embrace it as an opportunity rather than a threat. They learn to pivot, to find new paths when old ones are blocked, and to view setbacks as detours rather than dead ends. This ability to adapt doesn't mean giving up on goals, it means being flexible enough to find alternative ways to achieve them. Resilience is also deeply connected to mindset. How you interpret and respond to challenges plays a significant role in your ability to overcome them. A resilient mindset focuses on solutions rather than problems, on what can be done instead of what cannot. It sees failure not as a verdict on your capabilities, but as a stepping stone towards success. This perspective doesn't diminish the reality of difficulties, but shifts the focus to what can be learned and gained from them. A resilient mindset is rooted in optimism, not the naive belief that everything will always work out perfectly, but the unwavering belief that you have the strength to navigate whatever comes your way. Building resilience often involves leaning on others. While resilience is an inner strength, it is not something you have to cultivate alone. Support from friends, family, mentors, or even a community can provide the encouragement, perspective, and resources needed to persevere. Resilient people are not afraid to ask for help when they need it, recognizing that strength lies in acknowledging vulnerability and seeking connection. These relationships not only offer support during tough times, but also remind you that you are not alone in your struggles. Another critical component of resilience is self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when things go wrong, to blame yourself for failures or shortcomings. But resilience requires treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially in moments of difficulty. It means recognizing that setbacks are a natural part of life and that perfection is an unrealistic standard. By being gentle with yourself, you create the emotional space needed to heal, regroup, and try again. Resilience is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about using challenges as a catalyst for personal growth and transformation. When you overcome obstacles, you don't just return to where you were, you emerge stronger, wiser, and more confident in your ability to face future challenges. Each experience of resilience builds on the last, creating a foundation of strength that carries you forward. Ultimately, resilience is a practice. It's not a trait you are born with or without. It's a skill you develop over time through experiences, challenges, and intentional effort. It requires cultivating a mindset of perseverance, surrounding yourself with support, and embracing change as an opportunity for growth. Resilience teaches you that while life may knock you down, it is your choice to rise again. Gratitude is one of the most transformative forces in life. A simple yet profound mindset that can shift your focus, elevate your mood, and change the way you experience the world. At its core, gratitude is about recognizing and appreciating the blessings in your life, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant they may appear. It's the act of pausing to acknowledge the good, even in the midst of difficulties, and understanding that there is always something to be thankful for. When you embrace gratitude as a daily practice, it has the power to reshape your outlook and infuse your life with a sense of peace and fulfillment. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of focusing on what's missing rather than what's present. We often compare ourselves to others, measure our worth by external achievements, or fixate on problems that haven't yet been solved. This mindset breeds dissatisfaction and prevents us from appreciating the abundance that already exists in our lives. Gratitude shifts this perspective. It challenges us to look at life through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity, reminding us that joy is not found in what we lack but in what we already have. Gratitude has a unique way of anchoring us in the present moment. So much of our stress and unhappiness comes from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. But when you take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for, you bring your attention back to the here and now. You realize that the present, with all its imperfections, is still filled with beauty, connection, and opportunities. Gratitude grounds you in the awareness that each moment is a gift, not to be taken for granted. The benefits of gratitude extend beyond the emotional. Research shows that cultivating gratitude can have a profound impact on mental and physical well-being. It reduces stress, improves sleep, strengthens relationships, and boosts overall happiness. Gratitude rewires your brain, training it to focus on the positive aspects of life rather than the negative. Over time, this practice creates a virtuous cycle. The more you express gratitude, the more you notice things to be grateful for, which in turn enhances your sense of well-being. Gratitude also fosters resilience. Life is not without its challenges, and there will be times when it feels difficult to find something to be thankful for. But gratitude doesn't require perfection or an absence of hardship. In fact, it often shines brightest in moments of adversity. When you choose to focus on what is still good, even in the face of struggle, you build the strength to persevere. Gratitude reminds you that no matter how dark a moment may seem, there is always light to be found if you look for it. Practicing gratitude doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to reflect on what you're thankful for, writing in a gratitude journal, or expressing appreciation to someone who has made a difference in your life. These small acts may seem insignificant, but they have a cumulative effect, gradually shifting your mindset and deepening your sense of contentment. Gratitude is not about ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on what is positive and meaningful in your life, even amidst imperfection. Gratitude also has the power to strengthen your relationships. When you express appreciation for others, whether it's for their support, kindness, or simply their presence, you deepen your connection and create a foundation of mutual respect and care. Gratitude opens the door to empathy and understanding, reminding you of the shared humanity that binds us all. It is a way of saying, I see you, and I value you, which can transform not only your relationships, but also the way you interact with the world. Ultimately, gratitude is a practice of the heart. It's about cultivating an attitude of appreciation and carrying it with you throughout your day. It's about choosing to focus on the blessings rather than the burdens, the joys rather than the struggles. Gratitude doesn't just change the way you see the world, it changes the way the world sees you. It invites positivity, fosters connection, and fills your life with a sense of richness and meaning that transcends circumstances. In the journey of life, challenges will arise, uncertainties will test your resolve, and moments of doubt may cloud your path. But through it all, remember the truths we've explored today. Perspective shapes your reality, and a shift in how you view the world can transform even the darkest moments into opportunities for growth. You are the author of your story, with the power to rewrite, redirect, and create a life of purpose and meaning. Service to others reminds us of the profound joy and fulfillment that come from giving and connecting. Resilience empowers you to rise again and again, no matter how many times life knocks you down. Gratitude unlocks a sense of abundance, grounding you in the beauty of the present and the blessings that surround you every day. You hold within you a reservoir of strength, creativity, and courage. No matter where you are in your journey, it's never too late to embrace these principles and transform your life. Choose to see challenges not as obstacles, but as stepping stones. Choose to give of yourself to others, knowing that in lifting them, you also rise. Choose to be resilient, to adapt, and to persevere in the face of adversity. And above all, choose to be grateful for the lessons, the opportunities, the connections, and the gift of life itself. Your life is a masterpiece in progress, And every moment is a chance to paint a new stroke, write a new chapter, and create something extraordinary. Step forward with confidence, courage, and an open heart, knowing that the best is yet to come. You will never hate your life when you realize the power, beauty, and potential you hold. It's your time to live fully, love deeply, and shine brightly. Now go out there and make it happen. Thank you.